Today is Friday, December 6th, and today, a very serious warning for SMU.
Are all financial advisors fiduciaries? Fewer than you think. Not knowing could reduce your lifestyle. Hi, I'm Mitch Kramer, founder and CEO of Fluent Financial. A fiduciary is a regulatory term to reduce conflicts of interest in wealth management. A fiduciary always works in your best interest. A non-fiduciary advisor might put their compensation or company ahead of yours. At Fluent Financial, we are certified financial planners acting as fiduciary advisors. To learn more, go to fluentfinancial.com or Fluent Financial's YouTube channel.
In 1993, Bob opened the original Bob's Steak and Chop House on Lemon Avenue. 32 years later, the original Bob still greets you at the original Bob's. And now his sparkling new Bob's at Craig Ranch has opened in McKinney. Same fantastic beef and fresh seafood at these two Bob's, each run by the Bob's Steak and Chop House.
The college football playoffs begin tonight with 3 games. I know, I just did a segment on the college football playoffs. But by my figuring, there's something new. And it's a very serious situation, it appears to me, for SMU. They've just had a fantastic season on the hilltop. They're 11-1. And for most of the week, the thinking was that SMU, even if they lost the game for the ACC championship to Clemson on Saturday night in Atlanta, would be in the final college football playoff field of 12. But for just a moment, tap the brakes on that thought. Do some math with me, if you would. Let's look at the college football playoff field from another angle. What if number 8 SMU, that's where they currently rank in the 12 top teams getting ready for the playoffs. Look at this with me if you would. If SMU loses to Clemson. Let's look at the teams in this field. Oregon, Texas, and Penn State are numbers 1, 2, 3 in the country. It does not matter if they lose in championship games on Saturday. All 3 are in the 12-team field. Then these are the current college football playoff rankings. Number 4, Notre Dame. Number 6, Ohio State. Number 7, Tennessee. And number 9, Indiana. They don't play this weekend. But I'd say they're virtually assured of being in the field. So that's 7 of the 12. Now let's look at Georgia. They're number 5 in the rankings. They play Texas, the number 2 team in the rankings. Even if Georgia loses and they're a slight underdog to Texas, by everyone's estimation, Georgia's still in the field. So that's 8 of the spots in the final 12 we've filled. Now, the Big Sky Conference winner, UNLV versus Boise, and the Big 12 winner, Arizona State versus Iowa State, those 2 winners are in the field. Automatically, they're in. That's 10 teams of the 12. And then, of course, there's the winner of the Clemson-SMU game, the championship of the ACC. What if it's Clemson? Well, Clemson's in then as the champion of the ACC. And that means 11 teams in the 12-team field are locked. Does SMU get the 12th spot? I seriously doubt it. The committee moved Alabama ahead of ACC Miami of Florida in the latest rankings. I don't think that SMU with no wins over a top 25 team from their schedule. And they didn't face the number 2, 3, 4, or 6 team in their own conference regular season. I'm sad about this, but I don't see SMU getting that 12th spot over Alabama. I mean, there'll be hellfire issued from this part of the country about the committee's unjustness. But to be honest, Alabama has played a far more challenging schedule than SMU. So, even though it would be viewed as unfair and cruel in the Southwest, if SMU loses, I don't think they get the last spot in the field. I think that goes to Alabama. Next, some sports stories that caught my eye this week.
For the last 23 years on KTCK Radio The Ticket, I've anchored the Normathon. It's an all-day broadcast benefiting Austin Street Center for the Homeless. I believe the best homeless center in America. Over those 23 years, the Normathon has raised $9.5 million in cash for Austin Street. And we could not have done nearly that without the incredible help of Crest cars. The centerpiece of every Normathon has been the raffling off of 3 gorgeous Crest vehicles. This year, beginning on Monday, December 2nd, and running through the day of the broadcast of the Crest Cars Normathon, that's the 26th. We'll be selling raffle tickets at $100 each. Here's your chance to win one of 3 beautiful brand new Crest cars, a Cadillac, an Infiniti, and a Volvo. The tickets are easy to get and very safe by going to the website austinstreet.org and clicking on Normathon. Use your credit card. These tickets also make great Christmas stocking stuffers. The winners will be drawn live on the air December 26th at 7:10 p.m. on the broadcast of the Normathon. We will sell no more than 4,500 tickets. The raffle tickets sell out early every year. So again, get your $100 raffle tickets at austinstreet.org and then click on Normathon.
Let's begin with baseball free agency. Texas filled its catcher need by signing Kyle Higashioka this week. This guy's a terrific catcher. And last year, he suddenly showed significant power, hitting 17 homers in just 263 official at-bats. He's a wonderful handler of pitchers, good thrower, fantastic pitch framer. In fact, in my estimation, he may have been the best available catcher in this free agent market. But while very, very, very few positional players have signed yet in free agency, the pitcher market, something Texas is very concerned with, the pitcher market has started to pick up speed. Cy Young Award winner Blake Snell went to the Dodgers. Frankie Montas signed with the Mets. Luis Severino signed with Oakland. Look out for Oakland, by the way. They're improving. Severino improves them even more. Yusei Kikuchi signed with the Angels, another team that's been very active this offseason. And Matt Boyd signed with the Cubs. All signed within the last week. And any would have fit nicely in the Texas rotation. If Texas can't retain their own free agent, Nathan Eovaldi, Texas will find itself shopping in a marketplace where good pitchers are suddenly going off the shelves pretty quickly. Next, The money now in college football, the television, the NIL, the transfer portal, it's ratcheted up pressure on coaches. Coaches are expected to win because winning gets you bigger and bigger slices of the college football pie. But that pressure on them can be enormous. And if they don't win, and often don't win quickly, they're gone. By my count, and I could be a little off here, but I don't think I am. By my count, there are, first of all, 134 major college football jobs available. Since late in the season, 19 coaches have been dismissed. That's about 15% of last year's head coaching crop who suddenly now find themselves in the unemployment line. And finally, here's a story that should serve as a real warning to sports bettors. This week, a fellow named Corey Zeidman, who's a professional poker player, was not found guilty. He pleaded guilty. He fessed up on Wednesday to defrauding bettors in New York and Florida by falsely claiming he had inside information on sporting events. Zeidman, who's from Florida, pleaded guilty to conspiracy to commit mail and wire fraud in connection with sports betting, and this deception lasted the last several years. Zeidman and his partners claim to have had non-public injury information, info on so-called dirty refs, and fixed games. The organization ran national radio ads under false names that included Gordon Howard Global and Ray Palmer Group. But now, the federales have busted them. Let me tell you something. If you bet games, or you're considering betting games, you will hear some betting services offer games that are locks. Absolute locks to win. That is bull bleep. There is no such thing as a lock. Things can always go wrong on your side in a football game. These people, like Zeidman, claim to have information on refs and inside info on injuries. That's generally just bollocks, as they like to say in England. These services make outrageous claims of having this unbelievable record, and they have these guaranteed picks. The only thing guaranteed there is they're going to make money, and you're not going to make money. These claims are baloney. Zeidman and his partners were, in effect, stealing money. And I suspect there are many, many, many more like him out there. Oh, there are some really hard-working handicappers in this country. I know a lot of them. I count a few of them as friends. They absolutely detest people like Corey Zeidman because when that news breaks, it makes people think all handicappers are dirty. They're not. There are a lot who do good hard work. But now, for Corey Zeidman, well, next up for him is jail, where there is a lock.
Today's episode brought to you by Fluent Financial, Retire Sooner, Better Lifestyle. And by Crest Cars. There's good, there's better, and then there's Crest. And by Bob's Steak and Chop House.
Thanks for listening to today's episode of Just Wondering with Norm Hitzges. If you enjoyed what you heard, please hit follow, and a fresh new episode will be delivered to you every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And if you know someone who might enjoy our work, please share it with them. I'm Norm Hitzges, and I'm always just wondering about something.
And I'm Mary Hitchkus, and I'm just wondering too.